I'm going to show you the secret to cooking tofu in a way that is so easy, it is a no-brainer, and why it is an amazing food, almost a magical food for you to incorporate into your diet over the age of 50. I'm going to show you how to cook this weird white block of blah and make it absolutely delicious, and show you how to do it in a way that's so easy and a healthy way. We don't need to use oil, we don't need to deep fry it, we don't even need to air fry it. All you need is your tofu, a pan and some barbecue sauce. So I'm going to show you how to do that in a second. But first off, why tofu? Why am I obsessed with tofu? Why do I eat tofu almost every single day? Well, what we're really talking about is soy, right? It's a soy product. So you could get edamame beans, which are the actual young soybeans in their pods, that as you would find in a Japanese restaurant, or you can buy them shelled, frozen, which I love. So you can eat them like that, but you can also get soy milk, obviously. There's lots of different soy products, and then there is tofu. And tofu is basically the curd of the soy that is the soy milk is coagulated, and then the curds are pressed into a block of tofu. Now, why soy? Why do I love soy? Why do I recommend it to all my clients? Why do I eat it almost every single day? Because I think, particularly for menopausal and postmenopausal women, it really truly is a wonder food. It is a magic food for so many different reasons. It can help bone health, it can help prevent osteosarcopenia, so withering away of our muscles. It can help decrease menopausal symptoms. It can lower your risk of several different cancers. And I could go on and on and on. And this is because of the soy isoflavones. And so as a form of protein, I think it's just such a wonderful way to get our protein in, because it has as much protein as beef, but instead of eating the beef, you're eating the same amount of protein, but you're not getting the saturated fat, you're not getting the cholesterol, you're not getting the contaminants. Instead of that, you're replacing that food that has all the saturated fat and the cholesterol and the advanced glycation end products and whatever else it's got in it. And instead you're going, boom, I am replacing it with a food that contains fiber, phytonutrients, antioxidants, soy isoflavones that are going to benefit my health as a menopausal and postmenopausal woman. So why wouldn't I? Well, the reason why a lot of women don't is that they're like, I don't even know how to cook this. It looks so weird. And I get that. I grew up in a meat-eating family in the UK, and tofu was a joke. It was almost something you would giggle at, people that ate tofu. It would be something you would find in some weird health food store. The only exposure I ever had to tofu as I grew up was eating in a Chinese or a sort of a Japanese restaurant. Of course, when I tasted it, and it's often called just bean curd there, it was delicious the way that it was prepared. So I didn't grow up hating it, but it just wasn't a thing in my culture at all. And so, when I grew up, and certainly when I learned about nutrition and really understood everything that I now understand about soy and tofu and whatnot, I was like, okay, so I've really got to learn to cook this, because I'm going to eat it a lot. I don't want it to take hours to cook. I want it to be really easy to prepare. And my passion and my mission was to show my clients how easy it is to prepare, because we are busy women. We've got a lot going on. And if we're going to eat this weird white block of blah, A, it's got to be delicious, and B, it's got to be very quick and easy to prepare. All right, I've said my bit, let's get into it. So there are many different kinds of tofu that you can buy. There is from the very, very soft to the extremely firm. And without going too much into the weeds of that, let me quickly explain. So the very soft tofu is known as silken tofu. And you can get it in the refrigerated section of the store, or you can get it in the long life section of the store. It sometimes comes in this aseptic packaging, and it can be in the sort of Japanese section of the store. I do like silken tofu. It has a lot of great uses. You can make a lot of puddings, desserts, smoothies, soups, for thickening, for adding. So it's got its place. So I do use silken tofu. But the tofu that I almost always use is an extra firm tofu. Now, tofu comes generally in either in a lot of water. This package has a lot of water in it. This actually is a locally made tofu I found to where I live. I'm actually really excited to try this one. But either it'll be swimming in a lot of water, right? In which case you do need to make sure that you get as much of the water out as possible. Now, you don't have to do all this crazy squishing and tofu presses. Just don't even bother with that, honestly. In some ways, I don't ever use a tofu press because it sort of squishes it all down in a way that I don't want it to. And so if your tofu is floating in water, just wrap it in some paper towels, then wrap that, put a clean dish towel around it, and just stick it somewhere. You know, you don't honestly even need, some people say you've got to weight it down. I don't even think you need to. But just get as much of the liquid out as you can, because tofu absorbs whatever flavor you put on it, which is why it's such an incredibly versatile and brilliant food in that respect. So the more of the water you get out of it, the more it becomes like this sponge, which is going to absorb any flavor. Now, why tofu is so versatile, and another reason why I love it, is that you can do any kind of cuisine you're doing. So if you're doing like more of a kind of Italian thing, you can make tofu ricotta, and you can put all those lovely Italian herbs and lemon juice and different mustard and things like that in it. If you want to go kind of more Asian, you can go obviously in that direction, really easy. I'm going to show you today how to do more of a kind of what I call my everyday tofu, which is where I just add a barbecue sauce and it kind of can go any which way with that. So the other thing that makes it really versatile is that you can grate it. You can get a potato peeler and almost make ribbons of it. You can cut it in cubes. You can cut it into sticks. You can cut it into, I mean, it is so versatile. It's nuts. Soy nuts. You can also have soy nuts, by the way, which are delicious. Roasted soybeans are delicious. So most of the time I buy super firm, extra firm, and sometimes it's called extra protein tofu. And it comes in this block like this, and it has a lot less liquid around it. So for me, I love this for 3 reasons, this kind of tofu. 1, it is generally super firm. Extra firm is a little bit higher in protein. So I love that. Generally, super firm, extra firm, or sometimes it's called high protein, is made with calcium sulfate. So it contains a lot of calcium. An extra bonus for keeping our bones strong, okay? Very readily absorbed form of calcium, so love that. And the third reason is that it's just easier to cook with, because I'm going to show you how. You just slice off the packaging, it barely needs draining, it just needs patting dry, a little bit of a squeeze, and you're good to go. So those are the 3 reasons why I recommend that you would choose either soup. Now, I'm saying that it's called 3 different things, but generally it is the same. It'll be super firm, extra firm, or high protein tofu. That is what you want to look for, okay? And almost always it's going to be organic when you find it in the store, okay? So let's zero in now, and I'm going to show you how to cook it. All right, so I have a really good non-stick pan. You do need a good non-stick pan. If you are serious about your health, get a non-toxic pan. This one is by Caraway Home. So I put it on like kind of medium heat, okay? I can feel that it's getting hot-ish. So now I am going to grab my tofu, and there is no oil, no seasoning, nothing on it. None, nada. This is why I want to show you how easy it is to cook. Okay, so we're going to put that in there. It's beginning to sizzle. And the key is you actually want to leave it. So don't mess around with it. You want to leave it until, see, can I fit one more in? Yeah, I have to do a couple of batches, but we're going to leave it there, and I'm not going to mess with it at all. I'm going to leave it probably for about 4 minutes, I would say, on this. I don't want, now you want to be with the heat, don't go too high with the heat. So I'm actually going to turn the heat down a little bit. I'd say, just going to show you, it's kind of a low-ish heat. I want to hear a little bit of a sizzle, but I don't want it too high because I want it to cook through, and I'm going to be very, very patient. All right, because I have been patient, you can see it is not sticking. Can you see? It's just beautifully browned. Keep in mind, 0 oil, which is great because for those of you who are on your weight loss journey, or you have insulin or you have insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, one of the first places we want to start is we want to start getting refined oils, and that as much fat as we can. You need our healthy fats, but we want to get that out of your diet because that intracellular fat is not doing you your health any favors. Okay, so we're gonna turn this over. I have to say it really does help though. I cannot underscore the importance of having a really good pan because you know, I've used, there's lots of different non-stick pans that are great non-toxic ones, but you really want to find one that becomes your favorite one. I use this pan almost every single day because it just really works for me. And even those little bits of brown that you see at the bottom there, they are just going to, I let the pan cool and it just literally washes off like new. All right, so we're going to leave that to do its little thing. Here we go, my favorite homemade barbecue sauce, and yum! Oh my goodness. I'm gonna let those little guys soak up all that beautiful, beautiful sauce. And now you can turn up the heat a tiny bit if you want to, just to get it a little, crisp it up a little bit. Depends. Some of you will just, it depends the texture you want. If you like a, you know, slightly softer texture, just leave it like that. If you want it a little bit more crispy, then you are going to turn the heat up. This is when I do mess with it. This is when I'm like, oh, we're gonna flip them over. We're gonna get them a little bit crispy and really barbecue-y. And again, you can pop these in a sandwich. You can pop them in a wrap. Once they're cooked through, this is why you probably wanna do a lot of it at one time. That is just so easy to store. So let it cool completely. You can put it in a glass container, airtight glass container, and keep it for up to 6 or 7 days in your fridge. And then you can throw it in a curry, you can throw it in a wrap, a sandwich, cut it, cube it, put it in salads, every which way. That's why it is a versatile food. And unlike something like chicken, you do not have to worry about salmonella or food poisoning or all the saturated fat that is in pretty much all modern day chicken now. Used to be called a lean protein. It is not the case anymore with factory farm chicken. We think we're eating protein, but we're eating a very, very high percentage of fat. Most people do not know that. Topping my salad, quick, easy, and delicious. And what I'm not using, I just store in a glass container with an airtight lid for up to 4 days in the fridge. You also can freeze your tofu as well. So that's it. That is such a delicious, such a healthy food. 2 to 3 servings of soy a day is healthy for most women. Always check with your healthcare provider, your doctor first, if you've got any questions about it. And I popped some science in the description to the video because I always like to back up what I'm saying with cited evidence, so you can read that if you would like to in the description. And finally, if you haven't already, I'm inviting you to join my free Inner Circle community. It's a wonderful community, it's a school community, lots of tips and information and great community there, and I'm also linking to that underneath this video. I'll see you next time.